Class 12th, Subject Business Studies, Chapter 5, Organizing, Lecture number 7. Good morning, students. In this lecture, we will study about formal organization. So let's start. Formal organization. What do you mean by formal organization? So meaning is, formal organization refers to the organization structure which is deliberately created by the management to accomplish a particular task. Means, formal organization is a type of structure which is deliberately created by the management. Deliberately means intentionally. Fine, knowingly, willfully we can say. To accomplish a particular task. Formal organization is designed by the management to accomplish a particular task. So it means an organization in which the responsibilities, authority, and mutual relationships among all the employees working in an enterprise are clearly defined. Fine. Beta, you know the structure of an organization is both formal and informal. In other words, we can say the kinds of relationship can be established among the employees. Firstly, the relationship that is definite and defined, and second, those relations which are not definite and defined. Fine. So the relations that are definite and defined is called formal relations, and the relations that are not definite and defined are called informal relations. So formal organization consists of the relationship among the employees that are definite and defined. Fine. Structure. If we say that formal organization follows functional or divisional, which type of structure is follows? So it follows the structure, it depends upon the formal organization. It can be functional or divisional, depends upon its wish. Depends upon the wish of the organization. Fine. We may see here, according to Chester Bernard, formal organization is a system of consciously coordinated activities of two or more persons towards a common objective. They are saying when the activities of two or more persons is perceived towards a common objective and they are coordinated as well. So it creates formal organization. You know, formal organization where rules are to be followed by everyone. They are made by management but are to be followed by everyone. We have to be formal in the organization. That is called formal organization. Say it be school. School is a formal organization. We can say like MNC, multinational company, that are also formal organization. So an organization that is created formally and coordinated activities of two or more persons towards a common objective is called formal organization. Fine. And its structure, it can be functional or divisional, depends upon the organization. Which type of structure they want to follow. Now, characteristics of a formal organization. Number one, it is deliberately designed by the top management to facilitate the smooth functioning of the organization. Definitely, the formal organization is deliberately created by the management in order to achieve the objective of the organization in an easy manner. Fine. So, formal organization, definitely it is created like that, like created by top management to facilitate the smooth functioning of the organization. Fine. Second one is it specifies the relationship among various job positions. It clarifies who has to report to whom. So, formal organization specifies the relationship among job position because it is a sort of arrangement which clearly defines mutual relationship. How? Because everybody knows their authorities and responsibilities, and this clearly shows who will be reporting to whom. Fine. So it specifies the relationship among various job positions which clarifies who has to report to whom. So number one is it is deliberately designed by top management. Top management design formal organization to facilitate the smooth functioning of the organization. And second one is it specifies the relationship among various job positions that clarifies who has to report to whom. Beta, in formal organization, everybody has to follow the rules and regulations made by management. So management made rules and regulations, and it also divide authority, responsibility, and it shows mutual relationship among the employees working in the enterprise are clearly defined. Fine. So formal organization consists of all these things. Fine. Our next characteristic is it is a means to achieve the objective specified in the plans as it lays down rules and procedures essential for their achievement. They are saying in formal organization it is a means how to achieve the objective specified in plans by formal organization. How? Because it lays down rules and procedures essential for their achievement. It shows the rules and procedures basically essential for their development. Fine. So it is important to observe all the predetermined rules and procedures in the formal organization. So the objectives laid down under planning are so achieved. Fine. Whenever we are going through rules and procedures, definitely it will be very easy for us to achieve the objectives that are set by top management for us. And we can go with smooth functioning of the operations as well. How? By looking through the procedures and rules that are already set. You have to follow it only. Fine. So third characteristic is it is a means to achieve the objectives specified in the plans as it lays down rules and procedures essential for their achievement. For the achievement of the plans. For the achievement of the objectives that are set by top management. Fine. Next one is It places more emphasis on work to be performed rather than an interpersonal relationship among the employees. In all the organizations, employees are guided by rules and procedures. So, to enable smooth functioning of the enterprise, job description, rule, procedures related to work process has to be laid down. This is done under formal organization. And what is to be done here? Only work is to be done here which is already decided by the top management for the employees. So it places more emphasis on work to be performed rather than an interpersonal relationship among the employees. Under formal organization, the management has no concern about the interpersonal relationship among the employees because it places emphasis, it forces on work to be performed. How? According to the criteria decided by the management. Fine? Understood? So we can say personal feelings are ignored. Personal feelings of whom? Of employees are ignored and strict discipline is observed. It is not the person but the work that happens to be important. Where? In formal organization. It is very important for the persons to do work according to the wish of the management. Whatever the rules, procedures they have and objectives they have set for the employees to work, they have to work. The employees have to work according to that rules only. Fine. So they ignore interpersonal feelings, relationship. We can say personal feelings are ignored and they want. Who wants? Management want strict discipline in the work. So it is not the person but the work that happens to be important. Fine. So third point is it is a means to achieve the objectives specified in the plans as it lays down the rules and procedures essential for the achievement. And fourth one is it places more emphasis on work to be performed rather than an interpersonal relationship among the employees. Fine, beta. Let's go for next feature. The next characteristic is efforts of various departments are coordinated, interlinked, and integrated through the formal organization. Efforts of various departments are coordinated. Definitely, the employees who are working under formal organization, their efforts are coordinated, interlinked with each other and integrated through formal organization. Through formal organization, they are integrated. So, changes cannot be introduced because of the need of individuals and their wish because it is stable. It is already decided by the top management. Fine. So it is important to observe all the predetermined rules and procedures in the formal organization so that the objective laid down under planning. Fine. So the departments which are coordinated and interlinked and integrated through the formal organization, they are interlinked with each other. Fine. The departments are interlinked with each other and they have to work with the coordination and cooperation under formal organization. Why? Because the management has to observe the work done by the employees and under discipline as well. Fine. So the efforts of various departments are coordinated, interlinked and integrated through the formal organization. Last one is communication takes place through the scalar chain. You know, under scalar chain, what was happened? What was under scalar chain? Under scalar chain, a formal lines of authority from the highest to lowest rank was there. Fine. So scalar chain refers to a chain of authority and communication that runs from top to bottom and should be followed by managers and subordinates. Fine. So I told you scalar chain along with the gangplank. You know gangplank? When emergency is there, then one person can directly coordinate with another person without the permission of senior one. है ना? So communication takes place through scalar chain because it is a formal organization. So all the communication takes place through scalar chain. For example, a worker cannot go directly to the CEO of the company. If he has to, then all the formal levels like worker to foreman, foreman to superintendent, then manager, then director, they all must know about the matter that a worker want to take to the CEO. Fine. However, in an emergency, it can be possible for a worker that it can contact CEO directly. Fine. So, under formal organization, efforts of various departments are coordinated and interlinked and integrated through the formal organization as well, and communication takes place through the scalar chain. Fine. So these were the characteristics of formal organization that we have read. So its basic point was it is more stable, it is impersonal and deliberately created, and it is based on division of work, and it follows rules and procedures as well. है ना? And it has defined relationship, interrelationship between employees. Because employees are not allowed to create their interpersonal relationship with each other. They are there to work according to the wish of the management. That the management has decided them the rules, procedures, objectives, policies, everything they have to follow. Fine. So in formal organization, all this happens. And you know, in formal organization, everything means an organization in which the responsibilities, authorities, mutual relationship among the employees working in an enterprise are clearly defined. Means everybody knows about their authority, relationship, fine, their responsibility, their accountability as well, to whom they have to report. Fine. So, mutual relationship among the employees working in the formal organization are formal. Fine. So, they are interlinked, integrated, coordinated with each other through formal organization only. Fine. So, you have to read the features of formal organization. And you know, under organization structure, informal organization also there. It is also there by the name of informal organization. So your homework is just to read the features, meaning and learn its definition that I told you according to Chester Bernard. And write it in your fair notebook as well. Tomorrow we will study about informal organization and its features. Fine.